baby. Who is this?
This is Isaac's brother. Mr. Isaac's brother.
30 days, Shloshim.
Those for 1 year.
One more on the bottom.
Oh, it's called Ben Bowen. Yesterday, I was at my son's and yesterday I wasn't, no, 2 days ago. I was there at his Chizuk, and I also, okay. I'm not going to tell you big chidushim, I'll tell you Pashup Shah. First I want to tell you what Reb Chaim Brisker says. Reb Chaim Brisker is the kasha. It says every day you say, by Parsha of Tzitzis, Anoich Hashem Lekecha, Asher Hoitzis Psicha Meretz Mitzrayim. Right? So actually, meine Stane, what are you gaining out of Sipi Yitzis Mitzrayim? You say it every day. You say, Anoich Hashem Lekecha, Asher Hoitzis Psicha Meretz Mitzrayim. So Reb Chaim Brisker told his family, and his family wrote it over in the Kisveh Hagra. Told his family, you're not yotze with them. Because what the Torah was referring to, that you should talk about Mitzrayim, there's 3 points. Number 1, it has to be Derech Shalom Meshach. The child has to ask, and the father answers him. Like the child says, Ma nishtana halayil hasem mikol halaylos. And when you say every night, Anoich Hashem lekecha asher tzisicha me'eretz Mitzrayim, it's not derech shaila. It's derech tefillah. Whatever it is, you're just saying a statement. So that's number 1. And therefore, when it says that the son has to ask, that's the first thing. The second thing, what does Rabbi Gamliel say? Rabbi Gamliel says, Kol shlo yomar, shloish dvarim eile b'Pesach. If he did not say these things on Pesach, lo yotzi dechei basar. So it's exactly what Reb Chaim Brisker said. This was to say every night, Anoich Hashem Lekecha, Asher Hitzisicha Me'eretz Mitzrayim, you're not going to chayv with it. But it has to be derech shayla tshuva. The son asks, and the father answers him. And Reb Gamliel says, Kol shlo yomar, shloish dvarim eile b'Pesach. If you didn't say these 3 things on Pesach, lo yotze dechei basar, you're not going to the chayv. Well, what is it? Pesach matzah. That's the second thing. And the third thing is, you have to explain Pesach. Why do we eat the Pesach? Matzah. Pesach habat b'nei Yisrael. Habat the Mitzrayim is b'tein hitzil. And the third thing, and the second thing is matzah. Why do we eat the matzah? The hispik is b'tzekom. They went out so fast. They rushed out. Why'd they have to rush out? What's wrong if you go slow? They were like pushed out because they were in the Mem Teshav Tumah. And the Mepharshim give an example. This is like you're holding the head of the bird and you're ready to clip it off. Clip the head off. So this is why we went out so fast. You couldn't wait another minute. If you would have waited another second, finish. You wouldn't be able to come out anymore. And the third thing is, you have to say, Pesach, Matzah, why we eat it. Now, I heard this kasha. It wasn't my kasha. It was not my kasha. When it comes to Kabbalah Satayra, what does it say over there? Anoichi Hashem Lekecha, Asher Hoitzicha Me'eretz Mitzrayim. So I remember I was in Kotel Yeshiva. It was in the year between 53 and 58. I was a little boy then. Came to Yeshiva. Mashgiach Reb Chaim Zichron Levracha. Also asked this question. You couldn't find something better to say why I'm giving you the Torah? You have to say because Anoich Hashem Lekecha Asher Tzitzicha Me'eretz Mitzrayim. So as the years were passing by, I think this was the idea he tried to bring out. That Paro was such a tremendous calculator that any breath, any emotion that a person could have, he took it away. He took it away. Like it says, Leishom Moshe because Ruach Mavayda Kosher. So Hashem said, listen, when you worked for Paro, you worked for free. Nothing. He didn't give you anything. But if you work for me and you do the same avodah you did for Paro, you do for me, I will give you Olam Haba. I will give you the world to come. And this is why it says, Anochi Hashem Lekecha, Asher Tzitzicha Me'eretz Mitzrayim. You remember how you worked in Mitzrayim. You worked that any emotion that you could have had, any thinking you could have had, Paro took it away from you. So I want you to do the same thing for me. I want you to be Mekabel Torah, and I want you to work for me, enslave yourself for me. And with this, not only you won't have Kol Tzruach Mavayda Kosher, but you'll be able to be Zoifer to all the depths of the Torah. Now, actually, when Hashem created the world, what did He create the world for? He created the world, like it says, Bereshis Balakim Shemai V'Soros. And He created Adam Rishon and Chava. Where were they? They were in Gan Eden. And according to Chazal, it was the Gan Eden that we are waiting today. We're waiting for that Gan Eden. But for some reason, Hashem also created the snake. The snake is a terrible guy. The snake is, when Hashem said that from the Eitz of Das you shouldn't eat, so He said to Chava, no more, you can eat it, nothing will happen to you. And now He pushed it to eat it. And this is what we are still fighting today. We're still fighting the snake. It's not something that happened at the time to create a Bria Solo, but it's something that is happening at this very moment too. All the fighting that we have today is because of the snake. The snake. Now I'll tell you all about. I learned very much. Moshe Sternberg Sefer. He's very, very Kabbalistic. He's very deep thinking. And it says in Parashas Pesach that the Kohen Gadol had to put on his big tibad, and he went and he took off the ashes. He took out the ashes and he put it the Makom Torah. So he brings down from the Chayvus Havavos, I think. From this we learn what it means to be an Oved Hashem. An Oved Hashem is not something that it's like a big things. No. Kohen Gadol was a very chashuv, or the Kohen Stam was a very chashuv person. And still Hashem told him to take the big dibad and take the ashes and put them up in Torah. Ashes is something that's finished already. It's burnt already. There's nothing there. So what's the whole thing of making such a big avodah out of it? So he says that this is the point. The point is that since it has kedusha, since this wood that the ashes came from is from karbonis, so it still stays. It still stays holy, and you have to put it in Walkin Torah. You have to put it in a clean place. And he comes with a taina against the people. Today's a little better, but many years ago, if a child was born with a defect or autistic or something, they looked at it as a mum, and they sent him away to places that maybe medically it would be good, but wise, spiritually it's not good. Because even though he is something like ashes, right? Ashes is burnt out, there's nothing there. And still it says you should put it in Walkin Torah. Put it in a clean place. Because since this ashes comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, from a mitzvah, we don't know the effect of mitzvahs. We don't know the depth of mitzvahs. So you should take these. Maybe today you have it already. You have religious places. But then they would send a child to a place that wasn't religious, and he says, this child is not worse than the ashes. That you should put it in Walkin Torah. You should put it in a place that it will always be Kedusha. And now that we are going to have the Haggadah and Kitzeis from Eretz Mitzrayim, Aren and the Flores, Hashem will show us wonders. There's a drasha from the Chassam Sofer. He lived about close to 200 years ago. He said that the year of Tav Shin Pei in the Teichecha, it's very bad. But the year already, Tav Shin Pei Aleph, which is this year, we will see wonders, we will see things more established of Hashem. So we should be zeichen. Because Baruch Hu should give us more simcha. He should give us more Torah. And with that, we'll be able to have a healthy year of mishpacha and Torah and all that stuff.